in March when we took him when he went to the station in January. It's not the same. It must have worsened. I'm told they have him on stimulants, all kinds of energy boosters, all kinds of things to keep him going, just so he can be able to stand the rigors of the campaign. So their plan is, in order to convince him for him to not go for the surgery, they had to tell him that I want to kill him. You see why they made it? It was a practical lie to serve a specific end. Costa, he listens to Costa. Costa has arranged for him to go. Costa raised the money all for him to go. So we must tell him that Costa won't kill him. Then he will not go. To tell you how gullible, Jeremiah Kun said the man going downhill. Joseph Boakai is no longer in charge of himself. Like a normal octogenarian. Their very life and everything they do is dictated by people by their words. Boakai is not himself. He's a puppet they are using to get to the presidency and do what they want to. If Kun wants to be president, it is his right. Let him put himself out on a ticket and present himself to the people, he and Prince Johnson, and the people may decide whether they want him or not. But it is very inherently and diabolically ingenious and dishonest of Joe Boakai to ask the country to make him president so that he may turn the country over to a lunatical, deranged, and unstable mass murdering warlord, which poses a threat to our national security interests, as well as the national security interests of our most important ally, the United States, so that Joe Boakai, can go for a surgery, and then the rest of the country will go on their knees and be hoping that our 80-year-old president may pull through, return to the country, recuperate in 6 months to 1 year, and then resume his duties as president of the republic. Why would Boakai do this to us? Do you know what Jojo Boakai's reaction was? He said, to be honest, Daddy, we can't do this to the country. We had a Zoom meeting on March 2nd. I still have the Zoom link right here, guys. I created a Zoom link to discuss Boakai's trip. We were scared, guys. Boakai is not a healthy man. But you all know the man fell off. You all know I'm talking to America. You all know that. Why do you think I took him? I took him to see doctors. The danger in all of this is that it is not Joe Boakai you would be voting for. Those of you who are voting for him, you will be giving votes to Boakai to hand power over, if he won, God forbid, which I believe shall not happen, to give our country to Prince Johnson and Jeremiah Kun. That is the danger, gentlemen. That is a real danger here. Clear and present danger that must be resisted. And so let me say this before I close. They make it seem like Costa today is a sellout. When I took a poor, broke Joseph Boakai, who was vice president for 12, the other day, Joe, he told me, my man, you don't want to put a trouble on by the public. I said, no, that you. Because when Boakai had his heart attack in 2018, if you had not sent him to Rhode Island to get a pacemaker installed, perhaps this calamity, which God forbid might descend upon this country, would have been avoided. But you saved him first, and I came to continue. So you are to be blamed. He started laughing. You, because Joia did not phantom that a would-be 80-year-old man with poor health would be contemplating running. But I take responsibility, because here's what I did. When Boakai said to me, Henry, I cannot run because I can't take care of myself, I said, let me go find money to be taking care of you. Boakai became my ward, and I became his benefactor. All they causing me. Boakai was on allowance. I got receipts upon receipts upon receipts upon receipts. When United Party was evicted from their headquarters, they couldn't pay rent. I went and hustled and begged, and we got 60,000, and I transferred. I got all the transfer documents. I sent the money to Boakai to give to Amin Muda to pay the rent. Boakai ate 40,000 and gave Amin only 20,000. And they called me complaining, but and you say you sent 60. I said, but they only get all 20. Every time I sent Boakai another 10,000 in June 2021 during the heat of COVID to buy some oxygen tanks and other things to go identify with people. Boakai never did the donation. The donor wanted to see pictures. Boakai could not provide the pictures. All these things man can't talk. When I said man can't talk, I literally meant these were things I had to deal with. This man I have sold and embellished to the public that he is a saint. He is beyond reproach. He was eating money, diverting funds for things that were not, the funds were not intended for. But I could not talk it. I had to continue to sell him. So for me, the most important reason why we left is not how he treated us, but it is the fact that we know he's sick. And he cannot look in my eye and say, you're not sick because his hospital payment is on my credit card. I get it on my credit card. I can go print it all now from January 2023. You will see all the payments for carrying Boakai to the hospital, for blood work, for internal examination, for everything. Boakai is not the one who would be president if you voted for him to be president. It would be Kun and Prince Johnson, and our international friends would not be happy, and the country, they would turn out their backs on us. So make not that mistake. Do not vote for Joseph Boakai. If a man can abandon his own health and recklessly endanger himself and still seeks the office of president of a country as critically dire as ours, such a man is not responsible and is not to be trusted with national leadership. I submit.
No, but Costa, you are right. You are right. I mean, just to pick up on the point you made, I know the other colleagues, you are right, because what you say, Costa, it validates the African proverb. And I think Maya Angelou made that proverb very popular when she said, be careful when naked men get you shot. Boakai doesn't love himself, because anybody who loves himself will not be in this declining health and vie for the presidency. That he doesn't love himself, by extension, he doesn't love our country. Because you can't love our country and want to leave the country in the hands of an epically incompetent Kun. A Kun is not just inherently corrupt. Kun is epically incompetent. So how can you lead our country with Kun, an epically incompetent guy, and a notorious murderer like Prince Johnson? You see what Boakai doing to the country? You see what he's doing, Costa? I believe your testimony. That's why after your testimony, his son came after you. And I went back to him. I said, Jojo, you better sit down. You said, my friend talk Datra. When that man was breaking your power all around looking for hospital for him, where were you? That your power is even nepotistic, confirmed. Why you even saying the first business meeting you gotta go to in Ghana? People you behind him.
But let me say something. And the reason why Jojo never travels with his father to the States, the 2 trips he made, very simple. Jojo is reckless and irresponsible. He went to the States, he overstayed, and violated his visa terms. And so the role he's supposed to be playing as Boakai's eldest son fell to me to be taking care of his car and driving him around, because Jojo can't get a visa to go to America. That's why Jojo never went. The 2 trips Boakai went to the States. So look, I was in this family only because they were using me, raising the money to sustain them. And you know what? I kept receipts. I got records. Good. I got records. I got everything I can publish. The plane ticket is still open with Delta Airlines. The Airbnb I rented and everything. So my people, this is not about what he did to us. It is about what he intends to do to the country.
Right.
He wants to take the country and give it to Prince Johnson, a deranged, mass murdering warlord, unrepentant, who pretends and masquerades to be a man of God, to plunge this country into chaos. So the thing is, that could be of George Weah than 12, possibly 18 years of complete calamity. Period. That's how I did the math. It's just that simple.
Brother, you are a water patriot. You are indeed a water patriot, brother.
Poor John.
Brother Jackson, let me just ask Costa a quick question here, and then hopefully the rest of us can come to. I'm just a little concerned about few things that are stated here. Costa made mention of the fact that, again, wow, this is shocking. I don't know how many Liberians out there are listening to this. Wow, Liberia's in trouble. Let's be honest about this. I'm just baffled